Cox, and you've reached the Hot Wax Hotline. Hot Wax Hotline. Hot Wax Hotline.
Hey everybody, this is Colton Cox and welcome to the Hot Wax Hotline. I'm very excited today because I have a good friend of mine with me on the show. It is Javan Davis, this lovely man right over here. How you doing, Javan?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have a great conversation today, all about Javan's new single, Love Me How. Which is great. I love it. It's a great track.
Thank you.
I have only done one episode of this so far, but what I really enjoy about how I opened the last episode was the hard press. We originally were thinking about doing it like at the end of the show. Now we're going to do it at the beginning of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to fire some questions at you.
Okay.
And I want you to try and answer them as quickly as possible. Okay. Now, some of them are going to be a little bit more like deep, quote unquote. Most of them are going to be inane, stupid questions, but let's just have fun with it.
All right.
Let's
see.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go. Hard pressed. All right. I'm going to come right out of the gate with like a tough one. Okay.
Okay.
Destiny's Child or TLC?
Oh, TLC.
TLC?
TLC.
Oh, I like the man's choice. All right. If you could be any kind of animal, what animal would you be?
A lion.
A lion. All right.
For sure.
All right. Do you want to give a little more on why the lion?
You know, honestly, I went straight to my birthday, and since I'm a Leo, that's kind of always been a thing. So
easy answer. Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, rude. I think I would fly. Fly, yeah.
A classic answer. Okay. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
A classic.
Is it a combo or just one?
I mean, you can pick more if you want.
I mean, a lot of people hate it. Don't judge me, but it's definitely pepperoni and pineapple. I love pineapple and pizza.
All right. Cut it. No. All right. So we're getting to deeper questions now.
All
right. Is double dipping ever acceptable?
In the case of food, no, never, ever. But if we're talking about something else, then
come on. There are kids that watch this show. Come on. No, they don't. All right. What was your last Halloween costume?
Vampire.
Oh, nice.
But
all right.
To be honest, I'm a vampire every year. It's never changed since I was like 10. I think that was always the easy thing.
I think I've done Frankenstein more than once, and Freddy from Scooby-Doo.
Just go with what works.
Classics.
Man. Just go with what works.
All right. Last one. This is like a real question. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, what is something that you would tell your younger self if you could?
Oof. Man, you got me with that one.
Yeah.
I think I would have to say like follow your instincts.
You've got to trust your instincts.
Trust in yourself, just like follow your dream. Figure out what makes you happy rather than trying to make everyone else happy all the time.
Yeah.
Of course you want to make people happy, but all the time.
Well, that's a great answer. That's a good one. All right. Well, that's it for hard pressed.
Okay.
It's nice. How do you feel? You feel nice and like
good.
kind of a little loosened up a little bit? All right. Well, So next thing I like to get into whenever I'm talking to somebody is I kind of just want to know a little bit more about you and like how you came to be, Javan Davis sitting here before us today. So what was really like, when did you first start showing an interest in music?
Oh man, that started out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It started out as a child. I think we've always done music. Like in my family, you had to do something, either sing or play an instrument, as well as sports. So it's always been there.
So has it always been singing for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tried a couple of instruments.
Yeah.
I did do like acting and stuff, like musicals and everything, but it's always been music.
I think it's kind of funny how so many people that I know that have become, strictly musicians, do have like a background in doing theater in high school and stuff. I mean, I did it myself. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing. I think I know for me, at the very least, I did South Pacific my freshman year of high school. And like the first time I came out on stage was like the first time I got that like rush of being a performer. I'd been kind of just started playing guitar and like wasn't super comfortable playing in front of people yet, but I don't know, something about doing that show and having other people on the stage with you. It's like, it's different than just trying to do stuff by yourself.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally understand that feeling.
Well, so you've tried out like, guitar, piano. Is there like an instrument that you like kind of lean towards if you were to play one?
I feel like both, but I also feel like maybe acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Would probably be my go-to. Like once I got it, I got it. I think the acoustic would probably be my go-to.
Yeah. It does seem to really like fit what you do musically. So, so you got a musical family.
Yes.
What's some other instruments that they play?
A couple of us played the piano.
Yeah.
I think one did the flute.
Oh, okay.
I did the violin. And I think like the middle child, I think she got away with it, to be honest.
The middle child.
She got away with not doing any instruments, just vocals.
Okay. Well, when did you first start writing your own songs?
Oh man.
Was this pretty young too?
No, most definitely not.
Okay.
I think it's really more of a recent thing. I want to say within the last, I guess it's not that recent, within the last 5 years.
Okay.
It's been progress.
Sure.
It's been a process. They definitely were.
So did it come out of
in the beginning? They were horrible.
Did it come out of like feeling that you needed to like express some things that you were like keeping pent up inside, or I guess what motivated you to finally like write your own stuff and not just play other people's songs?
Just that overwhelming sense of things need to get out.
Yeah.
Something needs to be said, or like just kind of left there, something that you can actually leave it there instead of just, I feel like we have like these outbursts sometimes and you it comes out, but did it really come out? Did you leave it somewhere, or is it just, kind of dissipates? So
yeah, as a angsty teenage boy, I understood. I felt like I had a lot to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you are kind of just like more recently starting out as doing your own thing.
Yes.
Right. So your first single you released last year, correct?
The beginning of this year.
Yes.
Beginning of this year.
There's been 15 years that have passed since 2020 to 2021. Right. So
it all feels like one now. But,
truly.
I think it was March.
Okay.
March of 2021.
So yeah, you're like really just starting out.
Yeah.
Doing the whole solo thing.
Independent thing. And just see what happens.
You are just like by yourself, right? Like you don't have like a band or anything at all, right?
Yeah, nothing. I'm a one man band right now.
Well, this is a good opportunity for me to talk about our mutual friend Calvin Arsinia.
Yes.
So Calvin is a friend of both of ours. I think he's probably known you much longer than he's known me. Yes. But Calvin has kind of been helping you get stuff recorded and helping you put some of the arrangements together for your songs.
Yes.
Tell me about your guys' relationship, because he's told me a little bit, but like I want to know from your perspective, you know.
So like where it all started, me and Calvin met in church, like back in church, back in I don't know, like sophomore, junior-ish year of high school. And just ever since then, because it was church, obviously, you know, they had like youth choir, main choir, they had the praise teams and everything. We ended up, since we were both into choir, we were both into the youth group and everything, and the music part of it. You know, there was a lot of practices. You gotta, you had service like Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. There was a ton of them. So we started there, and it kind of just stuck, even though we were so different.
Yeah,
our styles are extremely different. Choice of music that we like has definitely changed over time, but you know, we've always had this one common thing.
Yeah, and I feel like the two of your voices blend together like really eerily well. for two people that aren't related to each other.
I know. And it's lots of practice, and not really practice. We were definitely not practicing.
Well, but I mean,
we were just making shit up.
Especially, you know, as long as you guys have known each other and been singing with each other, I feel like you know, you just develop that bond, and it like, you know, it's something I think that gets talked about every once in a while with just playing with other people, like instruments. You play with the same people long enough, they start to kind of recognize your tendencies when you're playing, so they can like sense when you're like trying to get a volume swell, or like, you know, when a change is about to happen in a song that you wrote. So it's just intuitive, I think.
We talked a little bit about this at the last show.
We
were all at the Rhino.
We
talked a little bit about it then, just because we have this tendency, like we'll be doing really good, and then whatever part is like the Mariah part,
that's
we
right.
both
You guys
go for it. No one drops out. We both try to steal it. So
they
awesome.
They were singing a song at this Rhino show as part of a tour that Calvin and I had put together for the release of my EP. And I don't remember what song it was you guys were playing, but they both went for like the upper harmony at the same time, and then they both just stopped. It was like, you can't do that. One of us has to take the low mark.
It was one of those worship songs. It was our little throwback.
Right, yes,
it was our throwback for the show, just to try to bring it like full circle. Like 15 plus years now, to bring it full circle. And it's just like, this is where we started. And even though so much has changed, we can still, you know, find meanings in our own way in these songs. So that was our throwback, and live and in front of everyone, we still did it. Went
nothing
for it
changes.
It'll be like that forever. I see it. It's not going to change.
Let's get into the actual like meat and potatoes. Let's talk about Love Me How. Okay. All right. So my question for you, what was the process for writing this song? Like, what kind of put the germ into your mind to start writing the song?
I think it had, you know, after you go through so much, you know, everybody has their traumas and their different things that you go through in life. A lot of people, they always seem to tell you once something ends, like, oh, you'll find something new, but you need to like, you have to love yourself first. Like all this, people say that all the time, right? And it's not something that ever like resonated with me up until like recently. It's just not something that I knew how to do, and I'm just like, I'm just me. That's kind of how I thought. I'm just me. I mean, what do I need to love or worry about? I'm just me. It's kind of my thought pattern back then. It was really like basic and simplified, but I just remember hearing it all the time, and I just couldn't wrap my head around, like, if you can't love yourself and you can't love someone else, and like, what do I have to do with them, kind of way. And yeah, just it spawned from there. I took that little conversation, those 2 words, and it just stuck.
Yeah, I like the there seems to be almost a little bit of a struggle in the song with feeling like you can still love somebody and not have to love yourself.
Right.
Like you can still have this intensity in your relationships of loving somebody, but not feel good about yourself. It's a very unique way to express that, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I very much like felt what you were trying to get at with this song.
That's awesome.
So, but I did want to ask you specifically about the bridge. And I really like this line in the bridge where you talk about how you're fruitless. Mm-hmm. What exactly, what does that mean for you? Like when you're writing this song, when people tell you you're fruitless?
I think it was more of just like the old classic tale. You know, you have the teacher that tells you, you'll never amount to anything. You'll never have anything. You have family and friends that say, they end up saying the same thing. You know, it's never going to happen. What do you have to offer? Or like 10 billion people in the world, what makes you so special? Things like that. So it was just, that's where the concept came from. It's just you're fruitless. You have nothing to offer. That's going to make you stand out, it's going to make you special.
Interesting. Yeah. I just really liked the choice of word. Like, I don't know, there's just something about it that I just really liked how it fit into the song, and kind of expressed something almost like an auxiliary emotion to the main thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, trying to love somebody else when you can't love yourself, but then you also have had people in your past telling you like, that you're fruitless, that you like you can't do anything, you're never going to amount to anything, which kind of falls right in line with the whole idea of loving yourself. So how do you feel like, let me rephrase this question. So when you first wrote the song, how long ago did you write the song?
This started back in December.
Okay.
Yeah, the end of December through, I think, through like January.
And this was, I'm assuming probably with a lot of your songs, because you are kind of newer to recording and all that and writing your own stuff. I'm assuming this is probably still things that come from experiences much further back than just like a year ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. They've all been spawned off of something. One scenario or a person, an event that happened, trying to give like some context to it within the songs. Most of the time with my music, I'm really like I like to cater to everyone, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's really metaphorical a lot of times, like even with Summer.
Yeah.
Summer was extremely metaphorical. If I'm talking about a person or if we're talking about the weather, that way it's just, I wanted it to be all inclusive. So regardless of what it was, everyone would be able to connect in it in their own way.
Would you describe yourself as kind of a reactionary songwriter? Like you experience something and then the song is drawn from that experience? Versus being like a storyteller who may or may not have experienced what they're talking about, but they're telling a story about it. You know what I mean?
Probably reactionary.
Yeah.
I think it would probably be more reactionary. Even though they're years removed right now.
Sure. Yeah.
But something always brings it back.
Right.
Like regardless of whether it's like a sound that you heard or something that someone said, or they just randomly pop up for some reason, something always brings it back. And at that point, just depending on like my mood, if it resonates at that moment, then I'm like, let's go with this.
Yeah.
Let's tell the story without giving grave detail. And
right.
I feel like sometimes too much detail kind of removes some of your audience because they're like, oh, I can't relate to that particular thing.
Yeah, it really is a fine line of, ultimately, so this is my personal view on it. Ultimately, I feel like a lot of our songwriting, and I say ours and just people who write songs, it comes from, personal experiences and things like that. So we have to find a way to express something that happened deep to us, but make it in a way that people can still connect to it. And I think there's this really fine line, because I personally really love like really personal songwriting that like only that person can express that emotion. But yeah, you're right. It does kind of take some other people out of the equation, because the more zoomed in that you get on that person, the less, general of a view that you can have. So yeah, I also try to shoot for that middle ground of like including everybody, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I love listening to it just because the spot that I was in while I was writing it was not the same spot that I'm in now.
Yeah.
So just listening to it and thinking about the emotions and the feelings behind it and how my view has slightly changed, kind of. Mm-hmm. And the process. Yeah. Just the process of where the song started and just how far it came around, and quality and emotion, and just towards the end, you can hear there's a lot of playfulness with the voice. I just love the process. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's like you can almost hear you starting to love yourself towards the end of the track. You start loosening up with the voice a little bit. It gets a little more acrobatic, Well, we'll kind of just start wrapping some things up here. Okay. Where is the best place to find you?
Everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, at Javan Davis Music. It's pretty Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media, however many there are.
Do you have any other shows coming up?
Not yet. Okay. Just because we just finished Love Me How, and I was able to get that out. We just finished that one, and then we were starting on this next one. So I think
we got another track sometime in the future.
I think November or December. I think there's something coming up.
Okay.
I don't quite know exactly what it is, and possibly maybe a Christmas song or two. Who knows? We'll see.
A Christmas song.
I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah. It's been great having you on the show today.
Oh, it's been amazing. You guys are awesome.
Well, I think I'm great, but maybe it's just me. But yeah, I love having you on the show. I really love your Love Me How. I really love it. I think it's a great song.
Thank you.
And it's just always great running into you whenever I see you places.
It's always a pleasure. Shows are always great.
Yes. Well, thanks for being on the show today,
Thank
Javan.
you. I appreciate it.
We're going to have a lovely little musical performance right after I'm done chit-chatting on this. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.
Thank you.
And now presenting Javan Davis.
Tell me I am foolish. You tell me I am lost. You tell me I am clueless. You tell me I should stop. You tell me I am foolish. Saying you gotta love yourself before another. I think it's phony, I think it's false. 'Cause baby, this heart has felt miles and miles of lonely. It's lonely, I'm missing you of all. Still everyone's saying, how the hell you gon' love another? Well, baby, they don't know me at all. 'Cause how the hell you gon' tell me I gotta stop this heart from loving? 'Cause I just can't love me at all. Yeah, just because I can't say that I love me doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because I can't look myself in the eyes doesn't mean I don't see you. Yeah, they tell me I'm clueless. They tell me I'm foolish. 'Cause everyone thinks I am stupid. They tell me I'm fruitless. 'Cause everyone thinks I am fruitless. Yeah. 'Cause everyone thinks I am foolish. Just because I can't say that I love me doesn't mean I don't love you. Yeah, can't look myself in the eye doesn't mean I don't see you. Yeah, doesn't mean I don't see you. Yeah, doesn't mean I don't see you. Mm-hmm.
Sure, thank you. I felt like I was struggling.